Hey guys, welcome to Healthy Living Farm. I'm going to show you how to cut up some chickens here. We did processing yesterday, and these are some of the ones that the scalder was too hot, so we're going to cut these up for our family. We saw the ones that look pretty. So you can start by cutting down there. I'm going to do all these so you'll be able to see them multiples. Follow that, put pressure back on the leg, and it kind of does it on its own. There's one. That's keeping the quarter on it. And from there I usually go to this wing here. Same thing, put pressure back on it, and then you can find that joint. Shouldn't hit much bone if you're doing it correctly and hitting the right spots. I'm gonna take the wing off this time first.
Okay.
I like to put pressure against it, because then it exposes the joint there.
So you just cut that piece of skin right there between the drumstick, the leg, and the body, and then it just opens it up.
That's that. On the breasts, choose one side of the spine to go down.
The breastbone.
There's a little bone right there. Now you could take the tenderloin off if you want to. It's right there. I just leave it on. Unless they're very large, then we'll take them off. So the benefits of buying whole chickens and versus buying cuts for everything is you can get them at a better price, and after you're done taking off your main meat, you got this left over, which you can use for soup, or you can cook it on the grill. It'll be good as well. There's still a lot of meat you can pick off of it. Do another one here. Our scalder was too hot. We had a new scalder, and that's why when it's too hot, the skin and stuff tears and it doesn't look good. It also will cook it a little bit, so we had a few damaged that we just keep for home. We processed 100 yesterday. If you're new to making soup, you take these carcasses and you put them in the crock pot or in a pan on your stove on low for about 24 hours. And you can put a little vinegar in it as well.
I do about a teaspoon or 2 of apple cider vinegar.
If you see stuff like that on your bird, it's nothing to be concerned about. It was shaking its wings pretty heavily. Probably when we caught it from the pasture. It gets a little damage in there, but it's nothing infected.
So these are the chicken backs that he uses in the crock pot. So that'll be chicken stock.
So that'll be on low for 24 hours, maybe a little more. You could do it less for flavor, but if you do it for 24 hours, then it pulls a lot of the nutrients out of the bones, and then after that you'll strain off all your bones, all your stock, and or all your bones and all your meat, and then you got your chicken stock. And then you can add meat that's not as cooked, or add vegetables, or just drink the bone broth. Yeah, so if you're trying to be frugal, buy whole chickens. You can even cut them up yourself and pack them if you want. You can pack the backs, and then you'll have plenty of soup bones for the winter if you buy them in bulk.
Yep, and then you put all your boneless breasts tenderloins together, put your leg quarters together, your wings together, and then you can just package them all separately and pull out what you want when you want it.
Yeah. If you're not comfortable with a knife, get yourself a chainmail glove, and that way you put a plastic glove over that, and you can grip well, and then you won't. I have cut myself. It's annoying. If you were turning these into wings to cook, you just take off that tip there, and then you can separate it like that. And you're trying to find the joint so you don't cut much bone. I hit it a little bit there, but
So then you got your flat and your drumstick.
these are pretty small birds, so. And if you buy a bird from a farmer and you see a little grass in it, it's not actually a bad thing. It means they were on the pasture.
Yeah.
So you take the wings off first, or the legs, or alternate, but you definitely take the legs and the wings off first. Then you follow the line of the breastbone, and you cut off the breasts and the tenderloins. You just peel the chicken back as you're making tiny little cuts so that you can, as you're pulling it away from the carcass. And then you have the chicken back with quite a bit of meat still on it that you can use for stock. And you could roast it first for more flavor for your stock in the oven. Season it, roast it, pick off the meat, and then use the bones from there in the crock pot. A lot of people like to do that.
You could still grill that too, though. That's a meal for someone. If you season it, the skin's good, there's meat to pick off of it.
Yep.
I'll eat those a lot of times.
Jake likes to eat those on the grill. They look like a squirrel, so me and the kids don't eat them.
In big commercial processing facilities, they'll use a bandsaw to do their splits. So they'll just run all this stuff down a bandsaw.
But it's easy to do by hand.
These birds weighed around 3 to 5 pounds, all of them. There's a little bit of skin there. You're trying to go around, a little bit of meat there too.
Yep.
Then if you're trying to separate your thighs from your drumsticks, same thing, you're trying to find that joint so that you don't... The reason you're finding the joint is so you don't blow through your knife. If you're cutting bone, your knife's gonna get dull fast.
Yep.
So you get a honing blade, this gets it back. You gotta learn to get the right angle on it. This will get it back to sharp, but not... Eventually you'll actually have to get it sharpened professionally or take time with a stone.
So these ones are all soaking in ciabattas. I'm gonna add those and have a big cookout later.
Alright, here it goes. And that was 5 of them. That didn't take too long.
If you don't know how to cut up a whole chicken, definitely learn. You'll feel very accomplished and proud of yourself for learning a new skill that is definitely useful for life. So thanks for watching.